advocates in that we are constantly reminding the planning board or the site plan review or any other project that's coming down the pike, so to speak, that they need to make sure that they're adhering to the bike master plan, which we have in our town, and to the complete streets and green streets. So we're a constant nuisance in some cases, but a friendly one in making sure that the town adheres and advances what should be happening as far as bike and pedestrian infrastructure.
We want it now.
Yeah. Well, what the elected officials and the planning board want from the public is we want persistence, we want politeness, and we want specificity when you tell us specific what you want. For instance, we want a lot of trails. That's nice. But we want a trail from the park to the shopping center. We'll listen to that. And there's a lot of things that you can do as an advocacy group. I started on the mayor's, what did we call it? Mayor's task force on bicycle and pedestrian. And the first thing that we did was we took a sidewalk inventory of the whole town. So we could tell the engineers, we could tell the council, we could tell the mayor, here's where you need to build a sidewalk. They didn't know where the sidewalks were. Now they knew. But we did that. And they didn't have to say, is there a grant for that? But eventually we did get a grant for a bicycle pedestrian plan for West Windsor. And the planning board adopted it as an amendment to the master plan. And then the mayor said, well, we don't need you anymore, goodbye. So the same people made us into a 501c3, the West Windsor Bicycle and Pedestrian Alliance, which Jerry is now the president of. So we didn't go away, and we asked for lots and lots of improvements, some of which we've got. And so the other thing that you can do to get improvements is you can get on the planning board. You can run for office. Being on those boards makes it a lot easier to advocate. I've made sure that our ordinances for multifamily houses includes a requirement for safe and secure bicycle storage. And I could do that because I was on the council, which was a lot quicker than having it done from outside. So a lot of council people are skeptical, and a lot of council people really don't want to spend money. So they keep on asking, is there a grant for that?
Is there a grant for that?
Okay. So most people don't know what planners are, and I'm still not going to, even when I tell you what planners do, you're still not going to know what planners are. Let's be real. Is anybody else a planner in the room? Raise your hand. I don't know if you, yes. So, and one of the biggest questions we get is, what do you do? Oh, you're a wedding planner? Any rate, basically, we're the people that say, is that consistent with the master plan? We like to work on the vision of the town. What's this town going to look like in 5 to 20 years? And if that includes walking, biking trails, then that's what goes into the master plan. And then we work to implement it. And we work with the team engineer, team public health, and activists, and especially the elected officials to get that done. And that's in a nutshell what Team Planner does. Woo!
And Team Public Health. Depend on us for life.
Yeah.
Our role is to improve health for all residences. And we must address key drivers of health outcomes and health inequities by making changes to the social, physical and economic environments known as the social determinants of health. Depend on us for life.
So I'm Mike, I'm the principal engineer. Trust me, I'm an engineer. All of that, I'm gonna tell you how to build it, how long it's gonna take, and what it's gonna what it's gonna cost. Trust me, I'm an engineer.
Okay, so let's talk about round two. What teams need from each other? Okay, ready, team activists?
We want it built today. So what we need from the other teams is a buy-in for the idea that we have for a bike lane that we would like to have through our city, and we would like to make sure that our city council, our city leaders are all on board with it. We're going to attend all of the city council meetings, make sure you're all aware of what the safety implications are, the health implications of a safe way to get around by bicycle, and that our planner is right next to us all the time, and the engineer is so willing to help us build it.
What we also need is buy-in from the community and the neighborhood and the organizations around where the bike lane is going to be going, because we don't want pushback. We want to make sure that it serves everyone that's in the neighborhood, everyone that uses that area, so that it's universally accepted and can be the example for forward and more of the same in the town. We want it built today.
Yeah, you want it built today. What the elected officials need from the other teams is, as I said, persistence, policy specificity, and politeness. We need to meet with the neighbors, but you can facilitate this. You can meet with the neighbors. You can get them to come to the council meetings. Actually, we should take the lead, and we should meet with neighborhoods who are going to be affected by whatever is going to be built, bike lane, new sidewalks, and trails. And what we need from Team Planner is the reassurance that this is consistent with the master plan, and it's consistent with complete streets. And even if we don't have a complete streets policy, in West Windsor, Mercer County has a complete streets policy, many other counties do. Is it everybody yet?
No.
No, well,
All the towns in Mercer County have one.
yes, but how about the counties?
No.
No, okay, well, many counties do, and the state of New Jersey does. So we need reassurance that this is not truly innovative. We don't want to be first.
As team planner, a lot of times I'm employed by team elected official. So we're going to listen very closely to team elected official and hopefully give them the cover they need to make that decision. But we're always going to keep asking, is it consistent with the master plan? Is it something we need to address through zoning and ordinances? Is it going to affect our zoning and ordinances? And these are very technical terms. So as team planner, you want me there, and I can play the role where I'm a little bit on activist side and I'm a little bit on elected official side, but then I'm also going to talk to team health and engineer.
And team health, remember, depend on us for life. You may think your decision is about transportation, but it's really about health. I will tell you about rates of asthma, diabetes, heart attacks, and depression in our community. When public officials tell me it's too expensive to build, I'll tell you about the cost savings when we prevent unhealthy sedentary lifestyles. Depend on us for help.
Okay, I'm team engineer. I'm gonna take all that stuff they just told you about it, and I'm gonna fix it so we can actually build it. I'm gonna make sure it actually conforms to national published guidelines So when somebody trips and falls, and they're gonna, and you get sued, because you can't help but be sued, and if you follow those guidelines, sure, you get sued, but you're gonna win. It's gonna be okay. Follow the guidelines. All will be all right. Trust me. I'm an engineer.
Okay, so let's, for round number 2. For round number 3, we're going to have an example of how the teams work. So ready, round number 3, team actors.
We want a bike lane.
Well, they're not going away, so we have to ask. Well, we don't have a policy for bike lanes. Well, you have to concoct one for us.
So pass the Complete Streets policy.
Woo-hoo. Okay, after a while, we passed your Complete Streets policy. There, now you're happy.
We want a bike lane, please.
So the next year,